Homemakers have more than enough on their plates. Here are some time-saving tips you can use starting now. Tip number 1. Establish a daily or weekly schedule for household tasks. Having a routine will help you to stay organized and focused, reducing the time spent figuring out what needs to be done each and every day. Identify the most pressing matters and get those done first. This will make sure that all the essential chores are always completed, even if the time runs out. Delegate age-appropriate tasks to children and consider splitting tasks along with your partner if that works for your household. However, don't force this upon them if you're a full-time homemaker, because after all, this is their job that we get to do, especially if they're already working outside the home. And if you do help out, always be grateful, because remember, as a homemaker, this is part of our job description, so any helping hand is amazing. Though the family is a team, so be sure you are delegating those responsibilities to your children as well. It will help them to get a sense of belonging and not to mention increased responsibility. If it's within your budget, be sure to invest in some tools that can help simplify your homemaking, such as a dishwasher. This can help plenty when it comes to doing the dishes. Instead of doing the dishes by hand, you now get a machine to assist you with it. Another one of this is a robotic vacuum, especially if you have a lot of carpets or pets. Please mind your budget. Do not go broke keeping up with the Joneses. Remember that these are just helpers. We don't want to go into debt for this or anything else. If you can afford it, then go for it. If you can't but you wish, start saving up for it, but do not get into debt, please. If we can't afford it though, this can also help to reduce significant amount of time in the time it takes us to do tasks. If you can, don't worry, I have a lot more tips that we can use today. The next time you're cooking, be sure to cook in batches. Make bigger portions of your food that you are already making and save it in the freezer. That way it will reduce time spent cooking on other busier days. Don't forget that you can implement this at any time without any extra effort. You just need a little bit more ingredients and you can easily double or quadruple your recipe for those days where you have less time. Speaking of meals, I always mention this one, but it's just that good. Meal plan, please. If you haven't done so already, begin meal planning. I have a ton of videos about this in my channel that explain how to do it. But a simple way you can do it is look at what your family already eats and make a list out of that. You can also poll your family and see what you want to eat. You can also look in your fridge and see what you currently have. But please begin to meal plan. This reduces food waste. It also helps save a lot of time. You don't have to think about what is for dinner. You don't have to worry about what exactly you're going to buy in the groceries. And you know I'm all about frugality, right? So it does save a ton of money because you only have to buy the ingredients that you don't have in your home currently instead of buying a whole entire meal from scratch. So if you haven't done so already, be sure to implement meal planning today. Believe it or not, having an organized home also helps you to save a lot of time. When you know exactly where your things are, it will help you to save a ton of time, as you no longer have to search for the item. You can just go and find it exactly where it is. Be sure that you are using a timer. When you use timers, the tasks not only become more fun because it feels like a game against the clock, but you also save a lot of time because it will give you a sense of focus and urgency. You will not get distracted doing other things because the clock is counting down. So the next time you do any task around your home, be sure to use a timer to add a little pep in your step. If it's within your budget, you can save a lot of time by using shopping and delivery services. You can order your groceries online and have them delivered right to your doorstep for a fee. However, if your budget is even smaller than that, you can go to the grocery store yourself, pick it up at the curbside pickup for a low fee. I do this in my supermarket and I only pay $2 for this service, and they pick the best produce and the best of everything, and I'm also not tempted to spend extra money wandering around the aisles. Plus, it saves me a lot of time. I don't have to remove the boys and put them back into the car again and again and again. Within your budget, look into yours. They are more affordable than you may think. Believe it or not, taking breaks can actually improve your productivity because you will now feel more rested and able to give it 100% to the things that you do. I used to suffer from this so much. Whenever I don't let myself take a break, I can push through the activity, but it's not my best effort, and I'm also dragging through it, just moving slower. But the days that I do allow myself to take a break, which I'm still working on, those days I do happen to do the activity better and I'm able to move much faster, in the end causing more productivity. Don't think that taking a break will reduce your productivity. It could actually improve it, especially when you're trying to focus and get a task done. Take a break, However, just a break. Don't make it too long. 15 minutes I find is the perfect time. But do whatever is best for you. Make sure it's not too long and not too short in order that you can regroup and refocus for your next activity. Too much social media and excessive television watching can eat up your time. So be sure to minimize those activities and limit them to specific blocks of the day when you can make time for it. Please do not scroll around all day. As much as I want you to watch my videos, we all have a home to manage. So please be sure that we're using our time wisely and monitoring our social media usage. Pro tip, if you get the task done first, you have more time to use social media later. It will incentivize you to move even faster so you can get a few extra minutes of scrolling if that's what you so wish. So if you're cooking breakfast, why not try cooking dinner as well? I know it may seem not really traditional, but trust me, it works. Dinner time is super duper hectic anyway. Anytime you find yourself doing something similar to another task, be sure to do it as well. If you just finished a load of laundry, you can select your clothes right then and there. If you're already on the computer, you might as well check your email. But be sure that they are similar tasks. We don't want to break focus and get distracted doing other tasks. Okay, so remember earlier when I told you to eliminate distraction by using less technology? This tip is like the total opposite. But you're not going to use your phone now for social media. Be sure to use other productive apps such as lists and calendars and clocks to manage your time more effectively. And they even have some apps that will help block those other apps if you need help getting off of social media. But there are super productivity apps on your phone that we can use as homemakers to help improve the flow of our day as well as our productivity. This can help us to manage our schedule more effective. Listen down below if you need some ideas of which productivity apps to use as a homemaker. Next, say no. It's okay to decline additional responsibility. I know as women, it might be a little bit more difficult because we don't want to disappoint people, or we might want to be more helping and more nurturing, but actually you also need to help and nurture yourself as well. And the reason for this is because the more you help and nurture yourself, the more your cup will be full and the more productive you will be to run and manage your home effectively, thus being better for your spouse, your children, your household, etc., etc. So when you actually say no, just remind yourself that you're saying yes to other things. And the inverse is also true. If you say yes to something, you're actually saying no to something else. Whether it be an extra 5 minutes snuggling up with your little one, or maybe 10 minutes talking to your spouse about something important. When you say yes to everything, you are saying no to the super important stuff as well. Regularly clean and declutter your home. If you do this on a regular basis, it'll be easier to maintain your home and reduce time spending on deep cleaning sessions. Your home will maintain at a manageable level and it'll be super easy to maintain. I happen to follow the Fly Lady system and I have a ton of videos about this on my channel. You're more than welcome to look. This makes it so I never have to spring clean my home ever again. Everything stays tidy and manageable, even more now than before I had my 2 boys. If you knew me before, you would not believe it. I went from chaos to clean with the help of the Fly Lady system, and I know that you can too. Be sure to check out those videos if you are interested in that. But as long as you follow any routine, really, you can keep your home in a manageable state and reduce time spent on deep cleaning, which will super open up your times to do other productive things around your home or anywhere else that you may need to. Find some time today to automate your bill payments. That way the bills can pretty much handle themselves and we don't have to waste valuable time on manually paying those bills. Not to mention, if we accidentally forget, those can lead to a lot of fees as well. And we might as well have donated the money if we have extra money to just toss away. At least donating helps people versus giving unnecessary fees to bills we were supposed to pay. No good. I used to be guilty of this before, but then when I switched all my bills to autopay, it freed up so much time and reduces those unwanted fees. Besides, the less time we waste, the more time we have to be productive and doing other things. And if you want to learn how to be even more productive, then check out this video here where I give my top secrets on how to be a more productive homemaker. And I'll see you there right now. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, to God be the glory. Bye.